So, you got yourself an air hose, huh? Trying to figure out how to make sure it's airtight on each of these fittings. Let me show you. Come on. All you're gonna need is, of course, your air hose. Get yourself a set of wrenches. I mean, you don't gotta have, this one is like 15 bucks at Harbor Freight. You're gonna need Teflon tape, or as I use here, Blue Monster. Doesn't really matter. And then you get yourself whatever air fittings you're going to use. These are T-type, which I like the best. They're a little expensive, but you know how it is. Get yourself some safety glasses because things are getting real here. And then, what's this? The Fate of the Persecutors of the Prophet Joseph Smith. Yeah, you probably don't need that one, but maybe for later. And don't forget your headlamp so you can see everything. First of all, get out your knife. Go ahead and cut open your hose. Be very careful not to puncture your hose because you just bought it and that would suck. So don't do that. All right. Now, you may have known, the keen eye among you will see this as the end. This is what the end of your hose looks like. See the subtle nature of it. The girth. Yeah. But it's missing something. See, the thing is, you always have to wrap the end with some kind of tape. You can use Teflon tape that's white, like this cheap stuff, or you can use something a little bit better. This is Blue Monster. This is thread tape made up, I think it holds up to 3,500 PSI. And if you're getting into that with these bad boys, you're gonna have other problems for sure. Okay, so let's talk about the strategy on this for real. If I go ahead and tape it all the way to the end, that's gonna be a mistake because I have to leave myself a couple of threads to help get started. Now you might be wondering, Daryl, what do I thread on the end here? And I'd say, that's where these come in. These are T-type fitting from Merlin. Awesome. But they aren't the cheapest out there. And that's why this video is sponsored by SOS Sprinklers. If you're in the Rexburg area, specifically in East Idaho of the United States, and you have sprinkler problems, call SOS Sprinklers for your sprinkler needs. Back to the video. So I wasn't joking. Don't put tape all the way up to the top there, because then you're gonna have a struggle getting any tip on it. So go ahead and take that tape and place it just down from the end there, like that. And don't worry about getting down too low here. That doesn't matter. What matters is you're not up right next to the top. Now you can't just tape any direction you want. If you are familiar with doing any type of threading, you know that righty-tighty, lefty-loosey is a thing. So get your tape back on there. Remember to keep it down from the top. And this time you're gonna go to the right or clockwise around the outside here. Now I'm down a couple threads. I'm going to the right. I do this because then when I stick it in and start to twist it to the right, it follows with the tape and I won't have binding. Now I'm going to go around about 3 times, and then to get it to finish off with my tape, I'm not going to cut it or something. I'm going to simply pinch hard with my fingers here and pull, and it will snap off. And then you'll see that it leaves a very nice finish. Let's get a better shot. Dang, did I get out my 85mm 1.8 full frame lens just to get this shot? You bet I did. That's what we're talking about. Now, you're going to select whichever end you want to put on there. In my case, this is the male end of the T-type fitting. Place it on and feed it by hand at the beginning. This is important because you don't want to start stripping it immediately. Stripping one is when you get it cross-threaded or they don't match up correctly, and then it starts to bind or become tight, and you just force it through, and you don't want to do that. Now you're going to need 2 different wrenches. My bottom wrench here is a 14mm, and the top wrench to go around the adapter there is a 16mm. Go ahead and feed it on and tighten it down. Now, I don't have torque specs or something like this, so don't be expecting those kinds of numbers from me. Just go ahead and tighten it up till you feel like it's pretty snug on there. You're not going to break it unless you put some real force into it. But you can see here, I am, you know, I'm not being super light with it because I never ever want this thing to leak. Okay? And that's about right. You'll see that this tightens down most of the way on those threads. So I have a couple of good threads that got it started, and then I went ahead and crushed it down, and now it will hold a vast amount of pressure. That comes to the end of our video on how to make the ends of an air hose. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.